I think I'm live now. Oh, can everyone like hear me? I wasn't ready for that. Maybe just leave like a message, like leave a comment or something to let me know if you can hear me and see me. By the way, just so you all know, in Sydney, Australia right now, it is 12:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. So it is very, very late here. So if you're wondering why the lighting is a little dark, it's because it's middle of the night. So yes, please leave a comment in the comment live stream if you can hear me and see me so that I know this live stream is working. Oh yeah, I can see you guys coming in now. Dan says loud. Trendy says, hey. Hey guys, this is so weird for me because Hati says yes. Yay. This is so weird for me because I think I did a live stream or two when I very first started this channel, like nearly 2 years ago now. Jeff, hello Jeff. By the way, guys, don't judge me, but I'm actually wearing my girlfriend's hoodie. So love that for me. Today tonight, I guess, I want to talk about vibrators, obviously, because we all know your girl loves sex toys. They're the best. And a lot of you actually that watch my channel I get a lot of women, but I also get a lot of men, and a lot of the men that are watching right now and that do watch me because, to put it simply, you guys want to get laid more. Like, you want to have more sex. And part of like getting your female partner more interested in having sex and closing the orgasm gap, because we all know there's a big orgasm gap between genders, is making the sex more pleasurable and orgasmic. And vibrators are the number one way to do it. And we've been told this like absolute BS that like, if you use a vibrator during sex, that means that you're not man enough and you couldn't do the job. That is absolute BS. Vibrators are there. They're your friend. Any woman who sees a guy whip out a vibrator during sex is going to be impressed. Okay. So I'm going to just quickly set up. Basically, I've got some questions that I want to ask you guys. So excuse me, I'm just like putting my questions on the other screen. So I've actually teamed up with kind of like two companies actually to do this live stream. Mystery Vibe, who make an amazing range of vibrators I want to talk about, and also a company called Multitude, who they run these like sort of like surveys that you can do through YouTube. So I'm essentially trying out their technology today to like run a survey with you guys. So I'm going to take you through some questions about vibrators. Sorry, I'm just like getting it set up. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, where are you guys watching from? Now, hopefully you can leave your answers. Hi, Tim. Tim says, hello, beautiful. Okay, so guys, I want to know where in the world you're watching from. I'm sure you can tell that here in Sydney, Australia, it's dark. It's late now. It's night. So we've got someone from Germany. Tash is from Australia. Oh, yay! We've got not all guys, which is great. I mean, I don't want to assume anyone's gender, obviously. Dan is from Spain. Where else are you guys coming from at the moment? I love England. Wow, I love that this is so mixed. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting for it to be so mixed. By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear kittens. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I got 2 kittens. I haven't told you guys that, and they're being very naughty right now. Get down. Get down now. Oh my god, you guys. I fostered 2 kittens. I'm not even kidding you. It sounds like I'm making this up. Okay, so we've got Chris is from the UK, the USA. Um, Rick is in bed. What country are you in though, Rick? Oh my gosh, these kittens are going to be the death of me, you guys. I'll show them to you at some point in the video. Where else? Where are you guys from? Norway. Tassie. So I'm assuming Tassie is Australia. Oh, I think the kittens are terrorizing my bedroom. I love this. I love this so much. Okay. Any other places in the world that we haven't covered? Pakistan, California, San Francisco. Oh my gosh, I love that this is such a mixed group. Again, I don't know why, but I just sort of thought that it would be like not as mixed as this. Sydney, Australia, USA. This is amazing. Yay! South Korea. Oh my God. This is so cool. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming. I feel so special right now. Why don't I do live streams more often? This is fun. Okay, let's get into the next question, which is a vibrator related question. So, what I want to know is, do you use vibrators? Because we're going to be talking about vibrators right now. Do you use vibrators on your own, or do you use them with a partner? So what I want you to do is answer yes or no in the comment section. And while you're answering this, I'm going to see if I can get one of my kittens. So if you use vibrators on your own, okay, if you use vibrators on your own, say yes, on my own. And if you use vibrators with your partner, say with a partner. So Pat says yes, both. Den says yes. Flo says yes. So I'll let you know mine. I use both. So I use vibrators on my own probably nearly every day. Oh my gosh. It's kind of funny that I got cats, you guys, because those of you that have been following me for a while know I like pussy. And now I have a lot of pussy in my house. Different kind of pussy though. So Chris says he uses them with partner. Emily says yes. Regina says yes on my own. Lute says yes, both. So yeah, for me, it's both. There's pretty much rarely a day that goes by. Oh my gosh, they're gonna pull out the cord. Come here. You guys will get to see them in a minute. There would be rarely a day that I wouldn't use a vibrator. I honestly feel like using my vibrator is like brushing my teeth. Like it's just part of my like health routine in a way. Like every day I have sex with myself, it makes me feel good, it relieves stress. I call it, I don't know if anyone else uses this term, but I call it procrastination. So you've got procrastination. So when I'm working, I'll procrastinate, which is like masturbation combined with procrastinating. So that's where vibrators come in. But I also love to use vibrators on my partners. I obviously have a female partner, but you could use vibrators on male partners as well. There are some amazing male toys and couples toys coming out now. So I love these answers that are coming through. So Flo says, don't plan to do anything with a partner for a while, so all on my own. Yes. I mean, this is the great thing about vibrators is that you can just have so much fun on your own, like without needing a partner. These kittens are going to be the death of me. Okay, let's get on to the next question. Okay, so when you guys are looking at buying a vibrator, and I want to know this so that we can sort of move into discussing them. I'm just out of the corner of my eye watching my kitten. When you guys are looking at buying a vibrator, what would you say are the things that you are most important to you? So basically, I want you to list in the comment section. I'm going to be reading out your answers. What is most important to you when you're buying a vibrator? So I'll let you know, for me, price is a big one. I don't want to spend too much money. The look is a big one. I want it to look pretty. Having a pretty vibrator is like really important to me. I don't want it to be like this big ugly thing. And I would also say discreetness is really important for me because I like to take my vibrators traveling. I don't want it to be big. I want it to be easy to, like pack away into like my purse or whatever. And like, if I want to use my vibrator and I have like, I don't know, someone else is at my house staying the night or something, they wouldn't be able to hear it. So let me know, what are your things that you think of like are most important for you when you're looking at getting a vibrator. So Den says price always. Tash says quality and the look and what it can do, and price isn't a concern. I would say, yeah, that definitely is the case for me sometimes. Like, oh my gosh, I nearly got one of the kittens, you guys. 1 second. We're just on like a talking about vibrators and hunting kittens. Like, yeah, it's just a standard night happening here in Sydney, Australia, 12:30 a.m. Come here. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm definitely not going to get it right now. Oh my gosh. One has gotten into my bed. This is very bad. Okay. So, Lut says what it can do. I mean, what it can do is very important for me as well. Like, I want to. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Oh, I got her. You guys. Okay, everyone meet my kitten. So this is Willow. So my kittens' names are Buffy and Willow. You know the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Okay, so basically, like, some of you that have been following me for a while will know that I came out as a lesbian on this channel nearly 2 years ago now. So obviously I spent a long time before I came out as a lesbian, in relationships with men, having sex with men. So it's really important to me now that I really level up as a lesbian, that I get, tick all the boxes. And so basically what I heard is that to be a proper lesbian, you need to have cats. So I'm just making sure that I'm ticking off all the boxes here, because I want to submit all of the paperwork to the chairwoman of lesbians and make sure that I get my full lesbian license. By the way, in case you can't tell, out of the 2 kittens that I have, Willow, this one, is the naughty one. So naughty. Although the other one is being quite naughty right now because I can I can hear her doing something. Oh my gosh. My advice to you guys is, if you're thinking of fostering cats, don't do it. Like, don't do it. Don't be fooled by this cute face, you guys. This is the face of a devil. This will ruin your life. You see? You see how devilish she is? Honestly. I'll introduce you to the other kitten in a little bit. Okay, so let's get back to our vibrator discussion. So Pat says price, size, discreet, quality, functionality. These are all things that I look for as well. Like, for me, functionality is important as well. For me, I really like my vibrators to be simple. Like, I don't want to have really more than like one button to play around with. Like, I want it to be very straightforward. Flo says, I'm a student, so price and quiet. Yeah, I think like vibrators that are at an affordable price point is really important for a lot of people. Like, I am happy to spend a bit more money on a vibrator, but I don't want to like spend a ton. And what else do we have? So Sinner Antic says, which one works for the squirt? Oh, we'll be getting into that bit soon. Can't be rushing ahead. Just like good sex, we don't rush this. Okay, so so then pretty much the most important thing that has come through from you guys has been price. And I would honestly say that's my most important thing too. Like, it's got to be within my price range. But then the second most important thing you guys have said is quality. And again, I would agree. I want it to be affordable, but I'm not going to go, so cheap that I'm not ending up with something that's going to do the job. So, okay, that's some good feedback. Okay, let's go to the next question, which is, wait, where are we up to? Okay, how often do you use vibrators. So your options are, do you use them more than once a week? Do you use them at least once a week? At least once a month? Less than once a month, or never? So basically just put in a number. So number 1 means more, you use your vibrators more than once a week. Number 2 means you use them at least once a week. Number 3 means once a month. Number 4 means you use them less than once a month. And 5 means never. So for me, I'm number 1. I use my vibrator more than once a week. I'm probably like 4 to 5 times a week girl. Number 2 is at least once a week. Number 3 is you're using it at least once a month. So you're probably using it between 1 time a month and maybe 2 to 3 times a month. 4 is you're using it less than once a month. And 5 is you're using it never. So Tash, Lutz, and Pat are all the same as me. You guys are all 1. Den is 2, at least once a week. Flo says depends what time of the month it is with the hormone cycle, but almost always more than once a week. So Flo, you would be 1 if you want to enter that in the comment section, just so that I've got everyone's answers. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to get a chance to introduce you to the other kitten. She's coming over. I have to wait for her to get in a relaxed position so I can grab her. Just let me see. Come here. Come on. I've got her. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. This is the well-behaved one. What do we think? Do we all love pussy? Look, you guys. She's actually quite cute. Also, someone said that they love my hair. Thank you, because obviously I had short hair for a very long time. And now I've gone long. And now I'm a cat mum as well. So, things change. Okay, so last chance to give me your answers, guys. You've not all entered your answers in. So enter number 1 if you use your vibrator more than once a week, which is me. I'm more than once a week. Enter number 2 if you're like around once a week. Enter number 3 if you're more like once a month. Enter number 4 if you're less than once a month. And enter 5 if you're like never. You just never use a vibrator. Okay. Has everyone put in their answers? Oh my gosh, the other kitten, you guys, is going nuts right now. So Chris is 3 at least once a month. Also, I'm loving that. Okay, so Dilmol, twice a day you would be 1. So enter in number 1. So we've got your. Don't you love this, you guys? We're talking about pussy while playing with pussy, but like different kind of pussy. Okay, so last chance to enter your number. If you're a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or 5, basically 1 means you're using your vibrator all the time and 5 means never, and the others are in between. Okay, let's finish that one up. Oh my gosh. Just being a bit cheeky now. Okay, number 2. Do you buy vibrators only for yourself or as a gift for your partners? So enter number 1 if you only ever buy them for yourself. Enter number 2 if you only buy them as gifts for your partner. Enter number 3 if you treat yourself and you treat your partner. And enter number 4 if you've never brought a vibrator. So for example, I am number 2. I many times buy vibrators for myself, which I don't think will surprise anyone. And I also like to buy vibrators for my partner. I've bought vibrators for many partners before. So I'm number 3. Number 3 is both. So 1 is that you only buy vibrators for yourself. 2 is that you only buy vibrators for your partner. And 3, which is me, is both. You buy them for both parties. And enter number 4 if you've never brought a vibrator. So the reason, by the way, guys, that I'm getting you guys, rather than writing your answer in to put a number, is because for those of you that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I'm working on this stream with a company called Multitude, and basically They use this really cool software that, oh my gosh, one of my kittens is going nuts. Let's just ignore it. They use this really cool software that basically is linked up to the live stream right now. And when you enter in the number, it will like collate everyone's results. So at the end of the live stream, I can actually see like what answers got the most results because they'll just line it up with the numbers, if that makes sense. So enter your answers now. What are you? One, you only buy vibrators for yourself. To be honest, I was a one probably up until maybe 5 years ago. I used to only get them for myself, and then I started getting them for partners. Two is that you only get them for your partner, which I think is a bit more common for men because men don't often buy vibrators for themselves. Three is that you do it for both, which is me now. And four is that you've never bought a vibrator. Does anyone want a kitten, by the way? Because yeah, this one is honestly a bit naughty and I don't know, I'm reconsidering. Shall I give you away? Because you are actually quite naughty and like not very well behaved. Like, can you not just be cute for the live stream? No. Okay. Okay. Let's leave that one there. All right. The next question that I want to know from you guys is it important to you guys when you're buying a vibrator to have one that connects to an app on your phone? So this one, just enter yes or no. So when you get a vibrator, do you want your vibrator to be really high tech and to be able to connect to an app on your phone, or do you just really not care? So yes or no. So I'm going to tell you, for me, I would actually say yes. My preference is I want my vibrator to link up to an app on my phone because I just like, I don't always need to use it, but for me, I like to just have that option of being able to control it with my phone. It's just so much easier and it's sneaky as well. Like if you want to take your vibrator out somewhere, if you want to use it on your partner and then you can control it as well. Like, you know, I can use my phone as a remote control for using it on my partner. If you got like a panty vibrator and your partner can be wearing it and you can be controlling it across the table on your phone and it looks like you're just like sending a text message. Like there's so many infinite possibilities of what you can do with app controlled vibrators. So for me, it's a big old yes. Like I like my vibrators to connect to apps. So a lot of people are saying no. Pat says have 5 cats. So Pat, do you actually have 5 cats? Are you recommending that I should have 5 cats, and should I just go get like another 3 cats? So Flo says no, I would love one with an app, but they cost so much more. Look, that is a good point. If you want a more like high tech vibrator, you very much pay for what you get with vibrators. So if you're wanting a lower price point, then it's less likely usually that they're going to have that sort of technology. So it's interesting that a lot of you have actually said no, you don't care about your vibrator connecting with an app. Only one person has said yes, actually. Pat, who also recommended getting 5 cats, or maybe Pat has 5 cats. Oh no, Pat says I have 5 cats now. I don't need any more. Look, I have 2 cats currently, which I've fostered, by the way, just so you guys know. So they're not permanent, although they could become permanent. We'll see what happens. My girlfriend also has 2 cats, which means technically, collectively, as a couple, we have 4 cats. I don't know what I should think of this. Is this bad? I feel like it's bad. I'm a crazy cat lady now. I mean, I'm already crazy. Anyone who's been watching my channel for a while knows that I'm crazy. So I've got that part down pat. And now I'm a cat lady. So I'm a crazy cat lady. It is what it is. Okay, so pretty much all you guys said no. Only one person said yes, that they would care about apps. So that's very interesting to me. Okay, let's go on to the next question, which is, what are the main reasons that you use a vibrator for? So I'll tell you the main reasons that I use a vibrator. The number one reason is to orgasm. I want to have an orgasm. That is the number one reason I use a vibrator. The number 2 reason why I use a vibrator is to de-stress. Whenever I am stressed, I go use my vibrator. Instant stress reliever, so good. By the way, kittens, not an instant stress reliever. They are causing me some stress right now. They're running around the house going psycho. Ah, what are you doing in there? Oh my God, it was going to crawl. It was going to crawl behind the fridge. Guys, this is too stressful. Okay, so what are the main reasons that you guys use your vibrators for? This is what I want to know. So, like I said, mine is orgasm, de-stressing. I would also say I use vibrators out of boredom. Like sometimes if I'm bored, I use my vibrator to pass the time. And by the way, I think that's perfectly fine. I think we have this weird idea as a society that like you're only supposed to have sex like when you're like really wanted or you're like really sexually aroused. You can totally use sex to pass the time or like just even if you're just feeling a bit of a void when you're feeling a bit depressed and it like makes you feel better. Um Yeah. So Den says for orgasm and with a partner. So that's the other thing that I would say. Another reason why I use a vibrator is with a partner. I know a vibrator will help my partner to reach orgasm. So obviously I'm gonna incorporate it. Oh, I got a cat. I got one, you guys. Flo says, I originally bought them to get further than I could with my fingers, but I also use them to relieve tension. Yeah. So for me, like that's like the number 2 reason that I use a vibrator is to relieve tension, to de-stress. And these cats are causing me a lot of stress. Just might need to use my vibrator later tonight, you guys. So yeah, and also what Flo makes a really good point. So a lot of people with vulvas have a lot of difficulty with getting to orgasm with just our fingers or just our partner's fingers or just our partner's tongue or even just if you have sex with someone with a penis, even just your partner's penis. And that is because something that we don't really talk about is a lot of people with vulvas have something called decreased genital sensitivity. If you've been watching a lot of my videos, you'll already know about this because I've talked about it quite a bit. But basically, things like going through menopause, the aging process, certain types of antidepressants, certain types of anti-anxiety medication can all actually decrease blood flow down into your genitals. And in order for someone with a vulva to reach orgasm, our clitoris needs to get filled up with blood and really swollen and engorged with blood. So if you're not getting much blood flow down into your genitals, your clitoris isn't going to become engorged, which means orgasm is basically impossible. So rubbing on your clitoris with your fingers is going to help to push some blood flow in there, but it's a pretty slow process, you know? So if you're using a vibrator and you've got that intense vibrational energy on your clit, that is going to be amazing at like drawing all that blood flow in really intensively and really efficiently. And that's why vibrators are such an amazing tool for people with vulvas. And so many people with vulvas actually need them to reach orgasm. And that's why it sucks that as a society we've said that, oh, well, you should really only use a vibrator if like, you know, your partner's like bad in bed or something. And it's like, no, some people, it doesn't matter how good their partner is at sex, they're not going to reach orgasm unless they have intense vibrations on their clitoris because they don't have enough blood flow down to their genitals. Doesn't matter how good your partner's penis is, doesn't matter how good your partner's tongue is. If you're not getting enough blood flow into your clitoris, you're not going to orgasm. So vibrators are super important for that. And I just wish that we talked about this more, but a lot of women don't even realize like that they're affected by this. I was affected by it. I went on antidepressants for a couple of years and I had basically no blood flow down to my genitals, and a vibrator was the only way I could orgasm, and it had to be a really powerful one. So yeah, don't feel shame around using vibrators. Like my greatest hope is that we just completely normalize them. Um, Pat says also orgasm for stress relief, boredom, and feeling better. And what else do we have? Yep, Den says with a partner. Oh my God, sorry, you guys. My kittens, they're really going nuts. Okay. So let's go on to the next question. So it seems like your for this one, your biggest things were relieving tension, and with a partner. Okay, so let's go into the next one. If you don't use vibrators, why not? So, okay, I use vibrators obviously, but when I didn't used to use vibrators, the reason I didn't use vibrators was because honestly, I was intimidated. Like, I didn't know where to start. Vibrators kind of scared me. The idea of buying one, like, I wasn't sure, like, what type of vibrator? Where do I go to find a vibrator? How do I know which one is the right one for me? Um, all of that, it was too intimidating for me. And that was why I didn't buy a vibrator for a long time. And also, like a lot of women, I believed that if I bought a vibrator, it would be telling my partner that there was something wrong with them. Because I grew up being conditioned to believe that you only get a vibrator if your partner is not satisfying you, which is absolutely not true. Vibrators are an add-on to sex. They just help make sex better. They're not a reflection of your partner at all. So when you guys didn't have vibrators, I want you to tell me in the chat right now. Go and type it in the chat because I want to see your answers. What were the reasons before you got a vibrator that you didn't buy one? Like, what was it that stopped you from going and buying a vibrator? Was it feeling intimidated, overwhelmed, scared, like not knowing where to start? Was it that you thought if you got a vibrator, it would be like a reflection, on your partner and it might hurt your partner's ego? Put it in the chat below. No, it's to the side. The chat is to the side. What are the reasons that stopped you originally from getting a vibrator before you got your first vibrator? So, okay, Flo says, I used to not use them because I lived with my parents. And even though they have discreet packaging, my parents would be like, what did you buy? And then I went to uni, so I wouldn't know. And this is true as well. Like, so the great thing is a lot of sex toy shops now, they do very discreet packaging. Literally, if you order a vibrator, it will come to your door unmarked. It will just be a plain brown box. It won't even show on your bank statement that you bought a vibrator. It would just show a generic name. And this is for most sex toy companies, which I love. The problem is, though, if you live with other people, exactly like Flo said, it doesn't matter. Your flatmate or your parents or your partner or whoever it is you live with is going to be like, oh, cool, you got a package. What is it? What did you buy? Can I see? It's like, I'd really rather not. And so that also can be, a bit intimidating. I always think in that situation, if someone does say, what did you buy? My sort of go-to response in that situation would be like, I can't tell you because it's actually a birthday present for you or it's a Christmas present for you. And that person's not going to want to ruin their own present. And most likely Christmas or their birthday is a long time away. So they're going to forget about it later. So that's a good cover up. So if you need a cover up, feel free to steal that one. So did anyone else have a similar situation to Flo? So put it in the chat. What are the main reasons? So Den says because she had one. So Den, I'm assuming you mean your girlfriend or your wife already had a vibrator, so you didn't feel a need to go ahead and buy more. What are some other reasons that you guys either currently haven't bought a vibrator or maybe in the past that have stopped you from buying a vibrator? Like, what are the things that held you back? Was it, like Flo said, like being worried about like, someone else knowing that you bought a vibrator and just the privacy element of it? Or was it, more, was it more of a cost thing, like that you didn't have the money, like you couldn't afford a vibrator? I know at one point in my life that was definitely the case. Like when I was a student, I was like, back when I was a student, vibrators were very expensive. Like now they've actually become very affordable, but at the time they used to be very expensive. So I was like, no way, I can't afford a vibrator. Let's see. Flo said, I like that cover up, but I'm so close with my uni flatmates that I just tell them. And look, if you've got people that you're close with, like that's so great. You can actually just, Be like, hey guys, I got a vibrator. And like, you can be the one to make your household sex positive, and like normalize it, really normalize it, and just be like, yeah, solo sex is great. I masturbate. Don't you guys masturbate? I got a vibrator. And you might be the one that actually opens up like a really great sex positive discussion in your household and normalizes discussions around pleasure and sex. So it could be a cool thing. All right. I feel like you guys are all shy with answering this question because not a lot of you guys are answering it. I'm going to give you 1 more minute to leave an answer in terms of like what are the things that have held you back from buying a vibrator. Hang on, let me get my kitten. Nope, never mind. It's gone onto the couch. Okay. Everyone else is being shy, so let's go on to the next question. Oh, Flo says, me and my 2 flatmates went in on a 3 for 2 deal. I love that. That's so good. See, you can totally like start a sex positive discussion in your household. I think that's perfect. Okay, let's go on to the next question. So, what would make you change your mind to try vibrators? So, in the past, when you haven't bought a vibrator, or even now, if you're like, I could own one, but maybe not, what is the thing that would make you go, oh, okay, I will get one right now? For me, I'll tell you, probably the number one thing is price. I've kind of put myself on a budget at the moment. So for me, um, I would, if a vibrator that I really liked came down to a really cheap price, that would be the thing that would make me go, okay, nothing's holding me back. So price would be a really important one. Um, what are some other things that would make you guys change your mind and go, yes, I would definitely get a vibrator? Um, would you guys agree that price is a really important one, or would you say there are other features? So Flo says, if it's in a deal, Black Friday was manic. Yes, absolutely. Like, so many people I know bought sex toys during the Black Friday sales, especially because of this reason, because yeah, price. Like, people were able to get toys that would normally be $100 had been reduced down to like $50. And so a lot of my friends actually bought themselves like multiple toys because they're just like, well, I'll never be able to afford them at this price normally, so I'll just get a few now. Um, are there any other factors that would stop you from buying a toy? Like, do you think things like your living situation, like if your living situation changed, you'd be more likely to um, get a vibrator? Like, for example, if you are living with parents right now or flatmates that, you don't feel like you have much privacy, if you were to have a bit more of a private living situation, would that be something that would make you go, okay, yes, now I definitely would get a vibrator? Share it in the chat, you guys. I feel like so many of you all are being really shy about this, which let's just be comfortable and have these like sex positive discussions. By the way, it seems like I'm not looking directly into the camera, it's because I keep looking at myself on the video to just like, just, checking how I look, which, guys, it's 1 a.m. here in Sydney. So I look how you would expect someone to look at 1 a.m. Yeah. So what are some things that would make you guys like instantly get a vibrator? Would it be that it looked really cute, that it was the price, that it was really cheap? Or would it be more so that like your partner got on board with it? Because I think a lot of people also don't get vibrators because they feel like their partner would judge them. Their partner would think this was a bad thing, that their ego would maybe get bruised, or they might even get a bit jealous. Um, so like, yeah, put in the chat, what would be the things that would make you instantly go, yep, right now I would get a vibrator? Would it be your partner getting on board? Would it be the price being really cheap? Would it be both of those things? Let me know. Share it in the chat. Also, I think the kittens are both under the lounge now. I don't like my chances of being able to get them out from under the lounge, to be honest with you, like before I have to go to bed. So it's going to be interesting and fun. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next question, which is, if you knew that there was a vibrator that was essentially proven to solve any sexual health issue, would you buy it? So put number 1 for yes and put number 2 for no. So, for example, if you knew there was a vibrator that would be guaranteed to make you orgasm if you struggled with orgasm, like you could be guaranteed, you could be assured, would you get it? 1 or 2? 1 is yes, 2 is no. Or if you knew there was a vibrator that would help with, like for men, that would help with you maintaining an erection, and it could solve that issue of you maybe not always being able to maintain an erection. Would these things matter to you? 1 is yes, 2 is no. Maybe it wouldn't matter to you because maybe that's not the reason you get a vibrator. It's not to solve a problem. It's just for a bit of fun. For me, it's definitely a 1. I would say yes. If I knew that there was vibrators that could solve certain sexual issues, absolutely. Like, even just like a vibrator that would, like, help you to get like wetter, help you to get more, like, your vaginal muscles to get more relaxed. Like, there's so many different things. Help you to like have like G-spot orgasms. Like, yeah, for me, it's definitely a 1. Um, yeah, I mean, who doesn't want a vibrator that's gonna like be guaranteed to help solve some kind of a sexual issue? And it could be, like I say, it could be anything. For men, it could be something to do with erectile issues or stamina, like a vibrator that would help you to like be able to last longer or to be guaranteed to make your partner reach orgasm. So 1 is yes, that you would definitely be on board with that, and 2 is no. Deborah's put 3, which I'm confused because there's no 3. Flo says it might sound crazy, but 2, I like the journey of trying to work it out. If I can't get any further, then maybe 1. That's fair. I get that. It's a fun journey. We enjoy the journey. Okay. So most of you said yes. Let's go to the last one, which is, what sex topics would you like more information on? So I'll give you some examples. What things would you guys like to get more info on? Would you like more information on masturbation? Or would you like more information on sexual health issues like preventing STIs? Or would you like more information on things like sexual confidence or sexual issues like maintaining an erection, like delaying ejaculation? There's so many things. What are some things that you would like to see covered and more information on? Would it be things like just being able to last longer in bed? So Den says sexual confidence is a big one. What are some other things that you guys would like? Put in the chat so that I can see, because I'm going to review your answers later. What are some things that you guys would really like more information on? Some sexual topics: masturbation, orgasms, better sex, sexual stamina, sexual confidence, getting your partner to want sex more often, being able to have more sex. What are some things that you would like to see more information on? I can only know the answers to these if you get in the little chat and you share your answers. So please do share them. Flo says all that you've said. Also, how to be able to fit a dildo in. I have a slimline one that fits, but my vibe ones are too big. This is a really common thing too that I hear from a lot of people with vaginas. that they'll get really excited to try a certain vibrator, and then they'll buy the vibrator and spend quite a lot of money on it and find that it's actually really uncomfortable for them to insert because it's too big for them. And that's why I'd actually always recommend that you start out, if you are only just using toys for the first time, start out with something small and slim, and then slowly work your way up. Like, I've spent many years using vibrators, so I feel quite comfortable using something that is relatively large these days. Also enjoy using something small, but I'm able to use something larger. But when I very first started using a vibrator, I could only put the smallest thing in. It was very uncomfortable to have anything bigger. So you need to give your vagina is muscles. It's the same with the anus as well, putting things in your anus like butt plugs. You need to give time for the muscles to get relaxed and to stretch out a bit. And I'm saying stretch because it's, the vagina doesn't stretch out. That's a myth. Like, it all goes back in. Same with Uranus as well. That whole idea that, when women have had a lot of sex, they've got loose vaginas. Like, it is an absolute myth. Vaginas don't get stretched out, but vaginas, the muscles can relax to allow for bigger sizes, but you've got to allow time for that. So start small and work your way up. So some things that you guys would like to see more information on. Pat says staying harder for longer and making her gush more. And Tom says, indeed, he agrees with that. Flo says, is it worth getting a set that are made for building up slowly? Some that I've looked at are fairly expensive. Yes and no. So I think it depends. I didn't personally ever get a set for working up slowly. I just got a small vibrator, and then eventually I bought a bigger one. But if you are someone that struggles a bit with inserting things, like if inserting things is generally pretty uncomfortable for you or even painful, I would highly recommend that you find a set so you can graduate up. And the other time that I would highly recommend you get a set is with anything with starting out with butt play or anal stuff, because those muscles aren't going to be used to it. So you want to slowly graduate. So Paul says the toy shops need demonstration models to try. Just put a condom on them and they will sell heaps more. Well, look, you can't try them properly in store, but a little tip in store, if you want to try a vibrator, is you can touch it on your nose and you can feel the vibrations through your nose, and that will give you a little bit of a sense of like the strength of the vibrations. To just, when you're in the shop, just put it on your nose. So are there any other topics that you guys would like to see more information on? It's really interesting to me that no one said masturbation. You don't want any more information on masturbation, because I think that is a huge topic, that there is so much to go into, and that we focus so much on sex and pleasing our partners that we actually forget to focus on pleasing ourselves. Or we think that, like, oh, masturbation is just an instinctual thing. Like, people just know what to do. I'll just know what to do. And actually, it's not. It's not instinctual. It is a thing that you have to figure out, and no one gives us information to help us figure it out. So for me, I think having more accessible information about masturbation, we need it. Flo says she definitely needs more information on that. And Den says no masturbation. I don't know if that means you don't masturbate, but unless there's some kind of, I guess, medical or like, stress or trauma related reason why you don't masturbate, I think everyone should masturbate. I think it's incredibly healthy, especially for men. It's been shown to be good for prostate health. And for women, it helps you to learn what feels good in your body so you can inform a partner and take that information into the bedroom with your partner. And Paul says, definitely my partner needs some help. And so, yeah, that's why, having information on these topics is important. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, seeing as we have been talking about vibrators, I am going to share with you the vibrator that made me squirt. So it is this baby from Mystery Vibe. Let me get the information on it. 1 second. So basically, this toy you can use with a partner, or you can use it on your own. What I really like about it is the fact that you essentially can mold it to perfectly hit your G-spot. So I'm also going to show you another one in a minute. But let me just get the information for this one. So this is an award-winning vibrator, and it's called the Crescendo 2. So yeah, like I said, oops, sorry guys, I didn't realize I was disappearing off the screen there. You can bend it. See how you can get it into the shape. And I actually had my partner use this on me. So this bit, by the way, is going over your clitoris. So that's going to cradle around your clitoris and vibrate over it and massage it. It feels incredible. And this bit's going to loop around and go on your G-spot. And if you've watched my videos, you will know that the clitoris is actually bigger than what we think it is. So we used to think the clitoris was like this little bump that we just saw on the outside of the vulva. And we now know that the clitoris actually, that's just the tip of it. That's all we can see. But it actually is this wishbone shape that runs deep down into the vagina. It's got these roots, long roots. It's actually almost as long in sort of length as an average size penis. And those roots are filled with erectile tissue that gets erect in the same way that a penis would get erect when a person with a clitoris gets aroused. So what this means is what we originally thought was the G-spot is actually most likely the sort of end roots of the clitoris where they butt up inside the vagina against like the sort of internal vaginal wall, if I'm explaining that properly. So what you're doing with a vibrator like this is you're actually hitting both ends of the clitoris. So you're hitting obviously that external part with this bit, but with the other part, you're going internally and hitting the G-spot, but that is actually those back roots. So you're going to have a really powerful blended orgasm. But because it is so powerful and you're hitting the clitoris from all kind of sides, this is the most effective way to squirt. I must admit, I did think that I had squirted before this. Like I'd had certainly experiences that felt like squirting. There was some, fluid and whatnot. Let me tell you, once I used this, I realized I had not squirted before because this was proper like, my girlfriend used this on me and afterwards she was like, well, actually I was like, did I wet the bed? Like I fully gushed. This has been a game changer. And what was so good about it is that because it's got all these little bends in it, you can actually keep adjusting it like over and over in so many different ways until you find the perfect spot. And what I find is the problem with most vibrators that are designed to hit the G-spot and the clitoris is it's just kind of like a curved shape and you can't really get it to exactly hit your specific genital anatomy. Whereas this is like, you can just keep bending this until you get it in the perfect spot for you. And it's actually almost better if you get a partner to do it. Like I had my partner do it on me and just kept adjusting it until it felt really good. And so, like I say, this is a bestseller. This is literally an award-winning vibrator. There's 6 different vibrational settings on it. Why not? We're talking about pussy. There's a pussy. There's 6 different vibrational settings on it. It's water resistant, so you can use it in the shower. It's easy to wash, all of that stuff. And it connects to your phone, so you can also control it via an app, or you can have your partner control it via an app, which can be very sexy. And it also comes with a 24-month warranty. So it's like you're not even like really risking anything. And because I'm like desperate for you guys to try this, I teamed up with Mystery Vibe to get you a discount. So there is a discount code below the video. If you just look under the description, you will see the discount code. Use that discount code when you go to Mystery Vibe and you will get 15% off, and just lay some towels down before you use this, or before you use it on your partner. Lay some towels down. You're going to need them. Honestly, probably one of my favorite things I've used all year. Not going to lie. And this is the other one I want to quickly show you. It is, I wanted to leave this one in the box just so you guys could see the packaging, because I actually just love the way that Mystery Vibe packages everything. It's really sleek. Like, packaging is a big thing for me when I don't know if anyone else has that, but it's a big thing for me when I'm getting toys. And so this one, I'm not going to pronounce it properly. The Tanato. This is also a toy that is designed for couples. So basically, the way this works is it's really great for people with penises, because it essentially helps you to get erect and stay erect so that you can have longer lasting sex. So it basically helps to arouse you and your partner at once, giving vibrations to the penis and around like the labia, and it's like 360-degree stimulation for the penis. So I really like this because we don't really see a lot of toys that are like amazing for people with penises. But you can see here this, so this bit is designed actually for the penis to go through. So it almost works, I guess, in a similar sort of style to a cock ring, in that it's going right around the penis. But then you've got the other part of the toy, which is going to go onto the person with the vulva. So they're getting stimulation as well. So both parties are going to enjoy a lot of pleasure and stimulation. And I just love, because I haven't really seen, and I get a lot of people on this channel say, well, what is something for men? Because you always say toys for women, but we don't see toys for men. I, as you guys know, do not have sex with people with penises. So I cannot speak about the penis aspect. What I can tell you is that I did give this to a friend with a penis who has sex with someone with a vagina. And he said they had mind-blowing sex, and that he was able to have sex like for way longer than usual, because the part that goes around the penis essentially helps you to stay erect. So you can keep going for a while. Keep going like these pussies keep going. Honestly, they just don't get tired, you guys. So if you want to try either of those toys, so this is the Tanato, which I'm almost certainly saying wrong, or the Crescendo 2, game changer, honestly. Game changer. Let's say this is on, actually, just when I went to get it to do this video, I went and got it out of my bathroom cupboard, because I've been using it like in the shower. It's on regular rotation. So can highly recommend. Use the code under the video. That's going to get you 15% off. Buy it as a present for you and your partner to use together for Christmas, or just treat yourself. Seriously, we don't hesitate to spend money on all these other things, says me with a random cat here. We invest in holidays and healthcare and massages and dinners out with friends. Why don't we invest in our sex life, when actually that's one of the main things that keeps us mentally healthy and happy? Like, my sexual pleasure is huge for my mental health. So yeah, I hope you guys will actually invest in your sex life. I'm sorry. I know it's hard to take me seriously while I have just like randomly a kitten here and I'm talking about vibrators. Kittens and vibrators. Look, it is what it is. I mean, we're not a conventional channel here, are we? But anyway, I want to know now if you guys have any questions for me about vibrators or sex toys. If you do, put them in the chat section and I am going to answer them. is there anything that you would like me to tell you about using sex toys, maybe how to approach using sex toys with a partner, how to work out what toy to, try first, whether or not to get a kitten? Don't do it. Look at those evil eyes. I know she looks cute, but she is actually evil. But she's also cute. So if you do have any questions for me, let me know. Okay, so Flo says, what's the best low price toy that you've used? Oh, that is a good question. Honestly, I would probably say just like a bullet vibrator. Bullet vibrators are one of the cheapest toys you can get if you're on a really small budget, and they are pretty good in terms of being pretty like multi-purpose, like obviously great for external clitoral stimulation, but you can also use them like over like your nipples and over your stomach, over your partner's body, and they're like easy to take traveling and that sort of thing. Someone has asked, is she a Maine Coon kitten? I'm not really sure what that question means, but she is a kitten. And I actually have 2 kittens. This is only one of them. I don't know where the other one's gone. I think she's under the couch. This one's acclimatized to YouTube life now. She's like, do you know what? I'm not mad about it. All right. Well, you guys, if you don't have any more questions for me and my kitties, I hope that some of you will go ahead and use that discount and go and grab yourself some life-changing orgasms. Treat yourself this Christmas to better sex. And for everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you for answering those questions for me. It was really helpful for me to get that information from you all. I hope you all learned something as well about vibrators. And it's just been really nice to connect with you guys. And I've just realized like it's wild that I haven't done this in like, I think like nearly 2 years. It's been really, really nice to just sit here and chat with some cats. Maybe next time, let's do it again. We'll have the cats, we'll have the vibrators, and we'll have some wine or some tea or like some hot chocolate or something. I like that. I like the idea of that. And if you've just joined and you came here for the vibrator that made me squirt, it's this one, the Crescendo 2 by Mystery Vibe. Discount code below the video. And I am going to go to bed now because it's 1:30 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. Probably going to have a hot chocolate, cuddle my cats, and then have a shower and crawl into bed. I hope you all have an amazing night, day, afternoon, whatever time it is, whatever part of the world you're in. I am just it's been so cool to do this, and it's so amazing chatting with you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll never have the words to explain what this community means to me. Oh, I'm going to get emotional because I'm an emotional bitch, but I love you all. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Bye, guys.